Welcome, everybody, to episode 223 of the effing title. I'm Big Husky.
And I'm Smelly.
And we're here. Stop, dude.
What's going on?
Oh, you know, not much.
Another week, another problem, another dollar.
Yeah, another week, another dollar.
Or something.
Something like that.
I just had to go do some stuff with my mom, and then I went and grabbed lunch with a buddy after. So it took me so long. We went to this Greek place, and I was waiting for my buddy, and the waitress was like, "Hey, like this thing on the small plate menu." She's like, "This is a good plate for two men." And I was like, "Okay, men is how she phrased it." And it's funny because she actually came down and sat next to me on the booth and was like, "This is a good plate for two men." And I was like, "All right, honey." Also, the bartender came over because there's a bar over there. I was sitting in a booth. He's like, "Hey, does anyone ever tell you like Jason Kelce?" And I was like, "No, that's a first." I had my hat off. I was bald. He's like, "But bald?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "But we need to get you a shirt that calls you Big Sexy." And he just kept calling me Big Sexy as he walked by. And I was like, "All right, I appreciate it."
Shit, I think I found a new place to go to. I like this place.
He's like, and it turns out like my old boss came and sat next to me. He just happened to walk in with his son. And he's like, "You're holding court over here in the corner." And I was like, he's like, "You really are Big Sexy." And I was like, "All right, dude."
All right, shit.
Yeah.
That's
and my buddy was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "I don't know." So
that's funny.
That was my lunch.
Is today daylight savings?
Sure is. I played Overwatch overnight, and I was watching TV after, and I was like, "How is it 3 a.m?" And
well, that's the thing. Like we were talking about, you're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be on, I'm gonna be on a little bit late." Is that all right? I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And then I did some more editing. I laid down. I looked because I actually have a wall clock. So I was like, all right, it's it's whatever, it's like 11, fine, I'll go lay down. So I just laid in my bed, walked to my phone for a little bit, got up, looked at that, and I'm like, this is only 12. And then I looked at my phone, and my phone's like 1:30. I was like, whoa!
Where'd the day go? Yeah. It's funny because my boss, he's not a dickhead. I was gonna say he's a dick. He's not a dickhead, but daylight savings time, he's a real dickhead. He it messes with the sleep. He's all fucked up.
Oh, okay.
He's always angry. He's always yelling.
It's always funny
the entire week.
I was gonna say it's always funny seeing how people react to daylight savings time because
he's gone for the week, so I don't get that this week. So it's nice.
There we go.
Yep.
My big thing is I always forget when it is.
Yeah.
So then it's like when it happens, it's just a surprise.
I feel it was late this year.
It does, but. Sorry. So for everyone, for this week, right? We new repping the big boy shirt.
These are still on sale, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So if you want the big Husky splatter shirt, I forgot what the hell I call it on the website, but
something like that. Yeah.
It's on the website down in the description.
This was my favorite one at the time. Yeah, what's on there now?
I don't remember if I added anything, to be genuinely honest with you.
You added the long sleeve with stuff on it.
Yes, I have a long sleeve with the emotes on it. That's right. I have the long sleeve with the emotes down the sleeves, and I have.
I think you've since added sweatpants.
Yes, I'm not. Well, that's the thing. I was actually, funny enough, I was talking to my dad about that. I don't know if they are sweatpants or if they are, maybe. I'm not sure what they are, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Like, the wording of it didn't say sweatpants, but they look like sweatpants, but they don't look like sweatpants. There's one of those.
They look like sweatpants.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna buy them at some point and then just be upset. So, but today, last week, right, we did the first ever us playing games, card games,
which was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. We got some numbies, I guess.
Yeah,
for us.
It was fun. I mean, the biggest thing for me, like you said, it was fun. We finally got to play Lorcana, which is one of the things that I wanted to do for a while. Figure out how the game goes, and the best thing is that for you guys at home, it's only going to get better. We're only going to get better with this stuff. So, expect bigger and better things the next time around.
Did you get any feedback on how the format?
John, I got feedback from Big John.
Yeah.
And I asked him how, honest opinions, what'd you think, this and that? And Big John goes, oh, yeah, so I'm about halfway through. And he goes, but I've been playing the game wrong this entire time.
Yeah,
I was
well, I
like,
mean that's good though.
exactly. That's positive. That's the we toss
That's a
someone
positive.
something. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, he did it so when you quest, then you get to immediately choose what you want to do if you allow
Yeah.
them to quest or not, versus it being just like, no, I get to do a thing. And then there was something else that he did too. Oh, he thought the actions could be played at like any time, like actions and items and stuff. So he thought that was just
You thought that was an instant
yeah.
anytime. Yeah.
So I was like, this. Remember, I was like, John, remember, there's a few things that aren't magic that are in this Disney magic.
All right, my dog's hurt. I got to put her up on the couch. Come here.
Yeah, no, you
Come
good,
here,
you good.
Mama.
Um,
Come here.
yeah. So for everyone at home, we are back to doing our normal ones where we're just going straight one topic, boom, boom. And when I thought, you know what, this is a great time to do this topic.
Yeah, we haven't done a one topic in a while.
Yeah, we haven't done one topic in a while, but I thought this was a great one to do. Multiple reasons, honestly. But as you guys, if you guys are watching this visually, you'll see from the background. If not, the background is Pip-Boy, because it's Fallout Day, baby.
Fallout.
So Fallout is one of DeNutte's favorite franchises,
I
right?
think it's a lot of. I would say it's up there for sure.
Yeah.
It's one of my, um, ever since high school, I think 2008 when Fallout 3 came out, because I was like, you know, I'll get more into it, but like that's like most people's like really
When they first were kind of
foray.
yeah,
Yeah.
they introduced to it
like
almost, yeah.
Fallout 1 and 2 tactics. We'll get more into that, but yeah. So when Fallout 3 came out, 2008, I think. God, I should have that in front of me. Since then, I've been a big Fallout fan. New Vegas, which actually came out my freshman year of college. I played that at Norwich. I remember playing that on my tube TV at Norwich.
Oh, God, yeah.
On my 360.
It's funny thinking about that sort of stuff, too. Just like,
yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I, at the time, everyone's like, your TV's huge. It was a 24-inch TV, like, you're like, you got this huge TV in your dorm room. It's 20, like... Now someone's like a 24-inch TV in your room, you're like, where's the rest of the TV?
Exactly. It's like, where is this it? Like,
yeah.
How poor are you? So big Fallout, and we thought it'd be a great time to do it because, one, as you guys know, we're card people. Magic the Gathering just did a Fallout set.
I've not opened this one. This is the dog meat one. This is the Scrappy Survivors.
Scrappy Survivors. So DeNutte has gotten the products for that. I'm getting just a collector booster for it. I'm not getting any of the pre-con decks. DeNutte's gotten some of the pre-con decks.
You didn't get any of the pre-cons?
No. Not for this one.
People are saying they're very good.
Yeah. I assumed they were once but it's one of those things like it's not. Same reason why I didn't get the Doc 2 ones. It's not a... I'll stick with the one collector booster, and there we go.
I went to 3 stores.
Yeah.
On Friday. It came out Friday, because I pre-ordered this one. It came in yesterday, but I was like, you know what? I love Fallout. I want to get at least one more. I might get the rest of them.
I was gonna say get the rest of them. Yeah.
So I went to 3 stores. One store, they never get anything early. So like card stores, they get stuff at different times. If you're a small card store, you get it the day it comes out. This one was a pretty normal, because like if you look at like the big releases, not like the Universal Beyond stuff, they'll have say like it comes out like the 8th or something, like it did this time. The big stores will get it. Big local card shops will get it like on the 1st.
Yeah.
They'll get it a week early. But this other one store gets them that day. I actually like the store a lot. I go in there. They clearly like think I'm a weirdo, but
they think I'm a weirdo, but
and they're like, no, our distributor is like holding them hostage for us. We're not getting them until Monday.
Oh shit.
So like, yeah, as today's Sunday, they still don't have the cards.
That's wild. I mean, I don't know why. I think I sent you it on TikTok. There's a video of just people just cutting the cards in half.
I did not watch that.
It's a giant bin of this set, and it's just them. I don't know if it's just the collector boosters or if it's the precons, but like, yeah, they're just cutting the cards in half and throwing them in this giant like. I don't know if it's errors, if there's error cards or what it is, but I was like, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I couldn't fucking believe it.
So I went to this first store, right behind my work. It's like a quarter mile from my work. Nothing. They didn't have anything because they're being held hostage. The second store I went to completely sold out. I was in a line behind 3 people picking
Oh
up
shit!
pre-orders.
Damn.
Um, and he's like, I just sold my last one that wasn't a pre-order, and it was the dog meat one I just held up. I'm
Oh
like, oh
okay.
well, that.
No.
And then I went to the third store, who they always have stuff
Mm-hmm.
because they're like probably the biggest store in New Hampshire, and he's like, yeah, we got stuff. They were out of one of the decks, and I can't remember which one, but I went there. Collector boosters were 50. Yeah, I know. I don't know why they're so expensive right now.
See, dude, so this is the thing. This is the reason why, like, I'm so glad that you and John talked me into doing this with the fucking Lord of the Rings set. So,
Yeah,
when the Lord of the Rings set first came out, we were talking about it. Me and DeNutte were talking about it. Me and Big John were talking about it.
we're talking
And,
a
like,
lot about it.
yeah, because, like, I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. Love Lord of the Rings. So, like, I wanted to get into the set and I wanted to buy it. I didn't pre-order a whole lot of stuff. The guys kept telling me to make sure I pre-ordered it, and I didn't do it. So, eventually, I did.
I kept sending you links for
I was gonna
them.
say
Like,
you
this
found
is a good price right
yeah.
now.
Danute sent me a link for it at one point. That's like, hey, they're back in. Do it now, and I did it. And since then, as soon as Magic announces a new set, I pre-order it. My pre-order for this one, my collector booster, 24.15.
I paid 26.
Yeah. So I'm if you get a chance to, and I do all my stuff through Amazon. I know it's not the best because I should be supporting local game stores, but I don't
Yeah,
really
but
have
you
a
don't
local.
really have the access to it.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's different for you.
You know, like I went to actually, kind of sidestepping there for a moment, but I did go to a new shop in New Hampshire when I was down in West Lub. I'd never been there
Okay.
before. I'm gonna give him a shout out because actually the store was cool. It was Dark Moon Gaming.
It's a good name.
Yeah, I thought it was a good name too. Kind of hidden, out of the way. I walk in there and I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm looking around. I'm like, all right, there's Warhammer, there's this, there's that. I walk over and I'm like, that motherfucker looks familiar. I walk up to this guy and I just stand fucking next to him, and he kind of gives me a, one of those sort of ones. And I'm just looking at him, smiling. And it was one of the guys that I used to coach with at the high school.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
Really?
I haven't seen him in
shoot.
I haven't seen him in like 2-3 years. And then a big ass hug. He was so fucking happy to see me. And I was like, it was just kind of caught me off guard. But like,
It's a small world, too, because you both had to go a distance to get there.
exactly. So it's like,
You
well,
came together in a
he's moved down there. He's moved.
Oh, he moved
now,
down
yeah.
there. Okay.
But still, like, it was just kind of wild still seeing him because I had no clue. So, but like they had booster decks of all the Magic stuff. They had booster decks of Lorcana stuff. They had collectors. They had all the stuff. If I wouldn't have spent money at other places, I would have spent some money there. But I'd already spent some money, so I was like, I can't do it.
Cut yourself off at some point.
Yeah. But so we got the Magic set coming out, and we got the TV show coming out on Amazon.
April 11th.
Yep.
And it's all of the episodes. They're not doing weekly.
Oh shit! They're dropping the whole thing.
All the episodes.
Oh.
So I don't know what that means as far as like if they think it's going to do well, because like Jack Reacher, or Reacher,
yeah.
Amazon show, weekly show, and
Yeah,
that just finished its second season. So I know there are some shows they're doing weekly, some they're doing all at once.
I was gonna say, has there been? Because I feel like there's been one or two recently that they dropped the whole season and it did very well because everybody could just watch it straight off rip.
Yeah, and so I don't know how they determine whether or not they're going to do that or why they do it. But this one, they've definitely pumped money into it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I've seen trailers.
I was gonna say for everyone that here, one of the big reasons why I'm really been waiting for this podcast episode in particular is because I know nothing of Fallout. I know Radiation. I know Dog Meat.
Okay.
I know Mothman just from name.
76, yeah.
And I know like the
Mothman's not a Fallout thing though. It's
you got the big suits.
Yeah.
And then there's the fucking the creature. I don't know.
Lizard thing?
No, big fucker. Makes a weird
Death
noise.
Claw.
There we go. That one.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I was like,
the tongue probably got you, didn't it?
I was like, what are you saying? Oh, yeah.
That's literally those things I just mentioned.
Hey, if you were making a Halo show, you could make it a Halo show with just those points you just made. So
yeah. So I mean, that's literally that's it. That's my whole understanding of fucking Fallout. So, I've been very excited for this because the Masters is in charge.
I'm no master, but I am familiar. Mess.
The master. Yeah. So I'm excited. I mean, and you said that's April 11th.
April 11th, less than a
Interesting.
month. Actually, a month from when this comes out.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm just looking at the cast real quick. Interesting cast.
Mm-hmm.
We got Ella Purnell, who is most well known for her show on Showtime, where a bunch of girls eat each other. The name of that show is Yellow Jackets.
That's I don't know how I feel about that.
It's like that story about like the rugby team that crashed in the Alps. They all ate each other.
No, so that's kind of cool.
That's a real thing that happened, and
Oh,
they just made another Netflix movie about it.
another
Like,
one? They needed two?
well, they made one in the 70s.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. I
This was
thought
like this happened a long time
I was
ago.
gonna say,
Yeah,
I
no,
thought you were talking like they made
they
one
made a sequel.
recently.
They made a sequel. But they made a newer one that came out in the last like 4 months,
Oh, okay, all
and I
right.
think it's in Spanish.
Uh,
But so it's a similar thing. A plane crash. It's the national high school women's soccer team. They won the nationals for high school soccer,
yeah, dope.
and then they crashed their plane, and then they like turn into like different tribes of high school girls killing each other. Kind of a dark show. Haven't finished it, but she was the main character in Fallout. Was one of it was an early main character in that show, and I think she was one of the first to die.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. She's an up and comer, and then we got Aaron Moten, who's been in a bunch of stuff. He was not I won't say a bunch of stuff, but I know him from Disjointed and Father Stew,
Okay. I was gonna
both
say,
on Netflix.
there's two names here that I'm seeing that I know, which is one of them is Walter Goggins.
Walton Goggins
Yeah, a
of
Walton. Yep.
the Django.
Django. I wasn't he also in? I could be wrong with this one. Wasn't he in Sons? Was he in Sons?
He could have been, but I don't think he was a main character if he had been.
Yeah.
He's been a lot. He's vice principals. He's
Justified. That's the other one.
Justified. He was the main character's enemy slash best friend. They had a very weird relationship.
And then the other one is Michael Emerson.
Okay.
That's the other one that I know.
He was big on the Righteous Gemstones. There's a lot of memes about him.
Mm-hmm.
Get those frivolous things out of here. I don't know. He's a meme machine.
Yes.
What else do we got?
The trailer from what I've seen, because I saw they released like a newer trailer, like a new.
Did you see the Tomb Raider movie? I'm sorry, interrupting you.
I think so.
Because you watched it after you played the games, I believe.
I think
we
so.
talked.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think
He was the main bad guy in that movie.
Oh, yep. There we go.
He's one of those guys that's like in everything.
Yes.
And he plays good and bad guys.
Yeah, the newest trailer came out, and like I said, I don't know anything about it. It looks good.
It looks very good. And that one, it started to capture like the silliness of the world more so, because that's one thing I saw. Side note, I went and saw Dune 2 last night.
Oh, okay.
Oh, perfect movie.
I've heard so many people say that, and it's like at first it was one of those things where I'm sitting there and it's like, there's no shot this is a perfect movie. Like, if too many people are fucking saying that, and then it's like the more and more people are starting, and I'm like, huh.
It's not a perfect representation of the book.
Yes. Okay.
But as I was talking to my buddy about it at lunch. It's better to not be a perfect representation of the book.
One of the things that I do like is that, like, Timothy. So again, on a little tangent, Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, and
Austin Butler.
No.
Josh Brolin.
No, female. New one. Marvel.
Yes, Florence Pugh.
Thank you. I saw a thing with them, and they were talking about how they read the book, and like how they'd read the book, and Timothy Chalamet was like, I read the first book 3 times. He's like, I read it the first time, didn't understand what the fuck was happening. I listened to the audiobook, so I guess I didn't read it, but then I understood it, and then I read it a third time, and then I fully understood it, and he's like, now I'm about halfway through Messiah, and if we get to part 3 of this, holy shit, like that sort of thing. And like Florence Pugh and Zendaya were both like, yeah, this is I'm like, if
And
we
then Rebecca Ferguson's like, I've never read it, and
yeah
I'm never going to read it.
yeah it's I've heard a lot of very good things about Dune 2. If I had an easy way to go see it and really see
Uh,
it,
I went and saw it in the Dolby Cinema.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I want to. If I'm gonna see it, I'm gonna go see it. Like there's a little shitty movie theater in the town over for me. I'm not seeing it in a little
And
shitty movie
don't go
theater.
see it at Smitty's.
Yeah, no. Like
It's no, because we were joking like Smitty's, going to see it at Smitty's or Chunky's.
yeah.
It was like it was not. It's not that like you need like the place we went.
Mm-hmm.
There's a subwoofer in every chair.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So
That's
like it's the Dolby Cinema. There's
Mm-hmm.
like hundreds of speakers in this
Yeah.
in
Because
this
I was gonna
place.
say it's either my whole thing was like I want to see it like an IMAX Adobe sort of thing, or it's one of those things where it's like I'm gonna wait for it to come out, and then it's gonna be one of those things where it's like I'm gonna wait till it's about 10 o'clock at night, so it's dark in here, and I'm just gonna turn everything fucking off but this one monitor, and I'm just fucking.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
it was I liked the first one a lot. I did.
Yes. Agreed.
I liked it.
Yes.
I liked it. I loved this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say as well before we get back on the Fallout train
Yeah.
is that I like how Dennis Villanueva there was like he's like I hate dialogue. I hate dialogue.
You know, and there's not there's more dialogue in this one.
But like if you like a lot of it is like all scenery and it's like
So
it's
there's this movie. It was a Polish movie.
mm-hmm.
It was made in the 70s. It's around the Silver Globe, I believe is what it's called, and it's like this crazy like 3 hour movie. It's all about like it's like anti-government. It was being funded by the government,
Oh, okay.
and the Polish government, and then it was making this guy was making this like anti-government sci-fi movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then the government shut it down. They're like, "The fuck are you doing?" So it finally got released in like what they have of it, and it's considered one of the greatest sci-fi films ever made.
Okay.
I've seen it visually and like story-wise. It's pretty good, but like they go on these really long 5-10 minute long like rants. They're like they do these monologues, and it's just gibberish. Like, and it's in Polish, so you got to read these subtitles, and this translations they're not that great. So like you're listening to this guy's like they're going through psychotic breaks, they're dying, like they're doing these like monologues for 5, 10, 15 minutes
Jesus
of this.
Christ.
This movie's like 3.5 hours long, and it's not even the whole movie. They never finished it. Like that, and it just is like just absurd. So his thing is that like when they talked, it's not like
Mm-hmm.
it's not all in metaphors. It's very upfront. There's not like there's symbolism, but there's not like I really like when a movie does it's not dumb. People they talk how people would talk.
Yes.
Because we don't talk in this like roundabout way.
Mm-hmm.
As much as people like romanticize that, like especially us being New England, we're never like we're always just going to be straightforward.
Yeah, we're just gonna tell how it is. Like,
Yeah, and that is very much how this movie plays out, and that's very much how the Fremen are.
okay.
So, all right,
But,
sorry, sidetracked.
So Fallout. So if you were to try to explain Fallout to me,
yeah,
someone that knows fucking nothing, how would you do it?
yeah. So picture
Okay.
America.
America.
We got the 40s. We're going into World War II.
All right. That old America. Got it.
Old America. The one where people want to make America great. I'm just kidding. They World War II, drop the bombs. That happens. That happens in both worlds.
Okay.
And then we get to like the 50s,
Yeah.
right? And we start relying heavy on fossil fuels. Heavy fossil fuels.
Okay.
They start relying heavy nuclear power
Okay.
for everything. Like your car has a nuclear reactor in it. It's all nuclear. Like your stuff in your house runs on nuclear reactors.
Okay. So we're using fossil fuels, they lose the nuclear. Got
So we're hitting the split in like the 50s, right?
Mhm.
That's like when it splits off. This is us. This is Fallout.
it. Yeah.
Fallout goes in this whole direction. And so they go in that direction. And then eventually there's a war with China. And then I'm not exactly sure. So Fallout 3, there's actually a really good DLC called Operation Anchorage,
Okay.
where It's like a really big battle between the Americans and the Chinese in Alaska. So you go into this like it's a combat simulator, and you go into it, and it's this whole thing. It's really good DLC, and that's like the last. It's like the most modern. It's like the latest thing you do. You never really see the world of Fallout before Fallout, and this is really the only time you see that. So it's cool to see pre
Fallout.
Yeah. So, but then so basically Fallout it all is focused around the vaults. There's this company called Vault Tech. They made these vaults. They're like, everyone has nuclear power. Everyone has nuclear bombs. They're like, well, we're gonna do these things. We're gonna build these vaults for people to survive because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it happens. So a lot of people die. Most people die, and then some people survive. Some people go in the vaults and they survive, and then they leave the vaults. And then there's another thing they create ghouls.
Ghouls.
So in the trailer for the show, the guy that's like really weird looking, he doesn't have a nose. Kind of looks like a zombie.
Yep.
So that guy's a ghoul. Okay. So he was alive when the bomb happened.
So now, in the trailer, because now we're going purely by trailer. In the trailer, it shows a guy talking about Vault Tech and like, this is the future of America. Everyone's gonna have. Is it the same fucking person?
Yep.
And now, is it the same actual person in the movie, or is it just the same actor?
Same person. It's the same.
It's the same. Okay. I was wondering if it was, but
yeah,
I wasn't sure.
So a ghoul is created by. I think a ghoul can be like, if you're exposed to enough radiation, you can become a ghoul. But most ghouls, I could be wrong about all this. Not all of this, but some of this. A ghoul is like the nuclear blast goes off, and something happens to the person, and they survive, and they turn into this ghoul thing where they don't eat and they don't age. And they a lot of them, half of them like stay as they were. They don't lose their mind.
Okay.
And the half of them turn into like zombies. Like they lose their mind. They're feral. They're actually called feral ghouls in the game. But like some of them retain like their humanity. Like the one we see in the show. And there are ones that are in the games that you run into. And so that's a big thing about ghouls. That's a big thing in the universe, ghouls. So that guy is the same guy. It's not just like Walton Goggins. They're like, hey, we got to use, we were short people. You got to use you twice.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's the same person. So the vaults, here's the fun thing about the vaults. A bunch of vaults were created. Like in Fallout 3, it was 101. Fallout 76, it's Vault 76. They all have different missions for the vault. So like Vault 76, they got released, I think it's 25 years after the bombs go off.
Okay. They're
the first vault to get out.
Oh, okay.
And so that's like, and it's supposed to be the centennial, so it's whatever year it is, like 2176. I can't remember what year it is. Or 2076. I can't remember. Anyways, so they were the first to get out. A lot of the vaults they did experiments on. That was like, so some of the vaults, they were just like true vaults. Like you go there just to survive. Some of the vaults, like one vault, they put all woman, one man to see what would happen. Some of the vaults they gave like, this one was from New Vegas. They gave them like all drugs and they all killed each other. They all got rage.
Oh shit.
So some of them they poisoned, some of them they turned into like creatures. It was like all experiments in these vaults, but some of them were just normal ones. Like Vault 101, I believe, was a normal vault in Fallout 3, where it's just a normal vault.
So the vaults were always like this, just like hey, just in case this happens, we're gonna have vaults available. But really, the vaults were like, let's do some shit.
It's just the whole nefarious thing on top of it.
Okay. All right.
So you can go to a lot of vaults in the games. There's like other vaults you can go to. And I can't. There's a bunch more, and I can't remember what they are. But like most of them have some sort of like, what's the deal with this vault?
Some kind of thing. Some kind of gimmick almost.
Some sort of experiment that they don't know about that's being done to them.
So it's like each one has like a purpose, but the people inside don't actually interest them. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing with the vaults that are a big thing. So like I don't know if they're gonna do something interesting with this show. or it's just going
I
to
was gonna
be
say
a
because
vault.
from the trailer, it's just kind of it felt like it was just a normal vault. There was people that, like, they're in
So
their
they
jumpsuits. They're doing all the like the crops, and they're doing they got their rules and that
I
sort of
might
thing. And
be creating this out of my brain for somewhere, but seems like they need a part for something, and she has to go out and find a
yeah,
part.
because like, that's
Okay.
what it looked like. She went out to go do something, and when she went out to go do something, it was like it felt like she went out and then they came in and killed everyone or something like that. Because
Yeah, I
there's
mean,
a scene at one point in the trailer where like there's the people inside the vault and they're just dead. So I was like,
yep.
but
So that's a big thing about Fallout. It's
mhm.
all post this nuclear war that happened,
Interesting.
and it's the world that's after that.
So
And
it's just like that. It's like almost like the what if we use
mhm,
nuclear instead of nuclear, um,
nuclear.
instead of like fossil fuels and that sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's they call it divergence, and
Mm,
that's like divergent is like is power and like so like they didn't have a Vietnam, I don't believe. But
okay.
anyways, so that's like the main thing is like it's this world, and it's
Mm,
a lot of it's really focuses on the vault dwellers is what they call them, the vault dwellers,
the dwellers.
the dwellers, and so oh Johnny Pemberton's into that. Anyways, uh, there are a bunch of factions in the world.
Okay.
So like in the trailer, like the big power armor you see, that's the Brotherhood of Steel.
Oh, the Brotherhood of Steel.
Brotherhood of Steel. Like the big factions are like the Brotherhood of Steel, the Enclave, the New California Republic,
That one I've
Caesar's
heard.
Legion. So these are all like in this one, from what we've seen, it really seems like only the Brotherhood right now, the Brotherhood
Mm-hmm.
of Steel, which they're just fascists.
Oh, okay.
That's all they are. They're just they're fascists who hate technology but love technology. It's kind of a weird one.
Hmm.
So
No,
like
is it like
beyond
I wonder if it's like they hate other people having technology, but
that's a
we
lot
like
of it. Yeah.
technology, like that
Yeah,
sort of
they're
thing.
like we
Like
can do it but you can't.
interesting.
So they're like fascist police force or less. And they go around and they collect historical artifacts. They do this whole thing. It's like a just a fascist army. It's like that's what it's a metaphor for.
Mm,
And then the Enclave is like their enemies,
okay.
which are the remnants of the United States government. They're like the leftover, like people who survived. They had their own bunkers that were not like these vault tech bunkers, so they survived in bunkers, and they are like the remnants of the United States government.
All
And
right.
like, they're everyone's evil in their own way. Enclave, they look evil, but they tend to not be the most evil. But they will like when people find out about them, they do kill them
Oh,
most of the time. But it's like they just try to like whereas like Brotherhood will just like go into a town and rape and pillage, and then also kind of kill people. So there's really no good. Um, so that's two of the factions, and then another faction's New California Republic. That's like a big one from New Vegas. We won't see most likely because I don't know if they treat that world as canon.
I was gonna say
But that
it's with how many games they have. I'm intrigued to see what they hit in this show. You know.
yeah, I'm not sure because that's Obsidian that made that one. That wasn't Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
Bethesda like published it, but it was made by Obsidian. Um, but it's interesting because like this Caesar deck I got, that's New Vegas. This is mainly a New Vegas deck.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so be interested to see what they do. New California Republic is like an army that came out of California, and they are mostly good. Their big thing is like moving east to try to like set up settlements, and they're like mostly not. They're mostly good. And then see,
The best of what we got
I
so
would
far,
say
sort
they're
of
the
thing.
best, but also I could be wrong. But to me, after playing the games, they seem like they are the most humane
Yeah.
and the most like they're not like just murdering people.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Caesar's Legion, they're just like a modern like Roman Empire that like they're cannibals. They kill people. They don't care about anything.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're evil. They're like evil.
Evil.
Yeah. So those are the big factions. And then yeah, so Fallout 3 took place in DC,
Okay.
which was a pretty cool setting. New Vegas was in Vegas. Fallout 4 was in Boston.
Okay.
And then 76 is in West Virginia. I don't
Interesting.
know where 1 and 2 take place because these are all first person shooters. Like you can technically play them third person,
Yeah.
but you can play them they're first person games. Like Skyrim, you know.
Hmm.
And so the big one is Fallout 1, 2 and Tactics were like these over the head RPGs, kind of like I've been thinking about going back and playing, but like the first one I hear is one of the it's just so hard, and it's like hard for people that are good at those type of games, where it's like
Okay.
it's all dialogue. You like walk around. It's like top down almost. It almost looks like Diablo,
I was
right?
gonna say that's like old school as well. Because what that
Yes,
came out
and
in hell, when did the first one come out?
in the
Early.
90s.
I was gonna say early
So
90s sort of thing.
yeah, I think 94, 95.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
So I did read earlier that this is a spiritual successor to Wasteland
Okay.
or Wastelanders. What's the word? Wasteland, which has gone on Wasteland. So that was a game in 1988, and then they have gone on to make a second and third game. They made a crowdfunded 2013, and Wasteland 3 actually is on Game Pass, and I played it. I didn't know that.
Interesting.
No, I didn't like it. It's not my style of game. But yeah, so Fallout, it's like this quirky world. Like one of the cards I got in this deck in front of me is called Wild Wasteland. And I want to see if I can pull it out real quick.
I was gonna say because like I knew those like quirky aspects to it, but then like in the trailer at one point there's like this giant machine, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna harvest your organs now."
Yeah,
And
so that's
she's like, "Wait, what?" And then it just like knocks her out, and it's like starts like getting ready to like. It was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa wait a minute!" Like,
we got this card right here, Wild Wasteland.
all right, Wild
You
Wasteland.
see there's like a UFO, there's
Yep.
skeletons. So this one is skip your draw step. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. And then flavor is some things in the wasteland are best loved unexplained. So that one I think first showed up in New Vegas. I don't know if it was in 3, but if you do it in New Vegas, it's a perk called Wild Wasteland. And it's like weird things will happen. Like you'll come across like weird dead bodies that are like propped up a certain way. You'll come across weird puzzles. You'll come across like weird people that will run up to you and say stuff.
Interesting.
You'll see aliens. It just it like gives you like weird, quirky things in the game. And that's like in I think I don't know about 76, but 3, 4, and New Vegas, they all have like crashed alien spaceships in them that you can go to get like alien guns. You know, it's just like and it's always like dark humor. Everything's like a goof. Nothing's like serious. Nothing's like ever serious. So
That's funny.
and
I mean, fuck, Mothman's in it. You know, it's like,
yeah,
so Mothman, and then like, what was it? What was the Claw? Death Claw.
Deathclaw.
So
Yeah.
what's up with that sort of stuff? Why
I
is it
don't
just
know what the Deathclaw is. I think it's just a mutated thing because there's a lot of mutated creatures. There's a super mutant. There's a whole faction. They're called super mutants.
okay?
And from what I believe, if I recall correctly, they were created by a person using radiation. That they were people and they were turned into these like giant, like muscle bound creatures that like
Oh.
they're just like and they talk and they just are like they're giant orcs from like Lord of the Rings. They just want to kill and maim, and they're like, "Rah, rah, rah,
Oh.
and I'll kill you. And they have their own weapons and armor, and they string people up and eat them, and you go harvest the blood. Yeah, so that's like a whole thing in the world. And then that's a faction actually. Tools. There's a whole world of robotics because it's the weird like future.
Mm-hmm.
So there's robots everywhere, like in that trailer. Like, I'm gonna cut you up. They're all like smart. They all have personalities. Like those robots, those were like your butler in the house.
Oh shit.
So those were called Mr. Gutsy is what they would call those. And so those were like maids and like housekeepers and butlers.
That's Jesus Christ.
And so then they have a bunch of like robots that are like they have combat robots. They have like other robots that aren't combat, but like still will fight you. So it's like this whole world of the future where it's like, but everything's like very. It looks like it was out of the movie in the 50s.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy because it's like post-apocalyptic,
yeah,
sci-fi, western. It's kind of the
yes,
vibe that I get from it, and it's just like
yeah. Especially if you
right.
play New Vegas, that's like a true like western.
What is interesting is when you were saying about like where they were, like DC, Boston, Virginia's, Vegas. It's like there's the whole like surprise there isn't something Texas, Oklahoma sort of area. You know, a game in that. You know, almost.
So I remember when they people knew they were going to make a fourth game. The whole like people were like, "Where's it going to take place? Where's it going to take place?" Because like people were going to talked about Boston, people talked about London, people talked about Japan, which is now is funny because they have now. I think it's in full release. There's a mod for 4, which is called Fallout London.
Oh, interesting.
And so it's like a whole pack where it's like the size of a game. You go to London, there's missions, there's dialogue, there's weapon, there's locations. It's a whole new map.
Oh shit!
And so that's on Fallout 4 mods. And then there's about a year or two ago they released a New Vegas one, where it's a whole new area, and I cannot remember that one. But I tried downloading it and I couldn't get it to work, but because I was playing New Vegas at the time.
I was gonna say, so I remember seeing you playing, streaming it and playing some Fallout at different times.
So it's just a interesting world. A lot of people are like, it's not for me. It's kind of weird. A buddy of mine actually, because this whole Magic card is my other buddy that's into Magic. He's like, I just started playing New Vegas, and he's like, I absolutely love it, and I never gave them a chance before.
There we go.
He's like, I want to play the other ones now, but he's like loving New Vegas right now.
I see, because it was one of those games I just never really saw or was interested in. It was almost like the same thing with me with like Borderlands. Like I didn't really.
Okay.
You know, but then also, I mean, like for the longest time, for the longest time, I was just playing Madden and wrestling games.
Oh, forever, yeah.
Like literally, like from high school on, like I would play some other ones every now and then, but it was mainly just Madden and wrestling. Like I was at boom, those two from fucking high school all the way till probably when I started streaming, honestly. And then that's when I started getting into Overwatch more. So
I played a lot of Overwatch.
yeah.
But when you're like, you played a good manga, I was like,
I was gonna say, get a fucking blushy.
So I got some cool cards I want to show off.
Okay,
so
show off, baby.
This is my favorite card I got out of it. Straight Soul Ring.
Dude, as soon as you saw that, so DeNutte sent me that. So as soon as you sent me that, I out loud in my apartment, just editing, making videos. I was just like, this motherfucker would pull another Soul Ring. Because didn't you pull a Soul Ring for fucking Lord of the Rings as well?
No. I got a special one ring.
Oh, that's what it was, is the one ring. All right, I thought you got one of the Soul Rings. I was like, this motherfucker would pull another Soul Ring. You know,
you got the Soul Ring, and then I got a couple of those showcase cards.
Oh, okay. I kind of like the look of them.
All right, but I got this one, so it shows the difference between the two. So this one's called VATS, which actually I'll explain to you in a minute.
Okay.
So I have the pre-con version, and then this is a collector version. Where's the showcase? So it's the same card.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is actually a Deathclaw.
Deathclaw.
Yeah.
Deathclaw. Wow.
So VATS is a whole Fallout system. That's like something that's only in the Fallout games.
Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming it stands for something, right? Because it looked like it was like VATS.
It's assisted tactical system.
Okay.
I can't remember what it stands for, but so what it does, it's like, do you ever play Red Dead?
No, that's another one I've just never gotten into.
Okay, so it almost completely, you hit like the left bumper, right?
Yep.
It activates your bats. So you hit left bumper, and it pretty much completely stops the world. Things go in slow motion. Things are still moving.
That's what it is. Okay.
And it uses your action points. So the action points is the same as your sprint, and it uses this. So then you can target like what you want to shoot. Like this one, it's like has a green thing on the head. He's targeting the head.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I can see this. Okay, so that's what that is. Because I never knew what it was, but it's like they slow down time. And you can kind of pick which body part you want to take out.
You could shoot their gun. You could shoot their leg, and you like shoot off their limb. This is a very like dark, violent game, so you can shoot off limbs, you can shoot off heads. So like some creatures have different crit points. Like there's a giant crab thing where it's like a hard shell crab, and you can the only weak point is its like little eye, which is very hard to shoot unless you use VATS, right?
Okay.
So little things like that, and then so that's what VATS does, and then like in Vegas 3 and 4, it's like a big thing. And my buddy is like, that's a big reason why he likes it, because he's not a huge first person shooter, but like he's like, but if I just use VATS, like I just go right past it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
The workaround in Fallout 76 is that time doesn't slow down, but you can just select the parts in real time. Just because you can't slow down like a server.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's how the workaround with VATS is in 76.
That makes sense.
Because I've played a bit of 76 at this point though as well.
Yeah. Overall, Fallout is one of those. It's funny how we're getting to a day and age now where a lot of these franchises, storied, like properties, are now becoming live action media, and it's
live action media.
So like there's that lore to it. I mean, like, well, it's like we got the Halo series, which is funny because you've told me your opinions on it, and then Rob loves the series.
Yeah.
Rob also isn't a big lore guy. So it's funny.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, so it's funny because like you're a lore guy there, so you're not greatly into it. Rob's just watching it for entertainment, and he fucking loves it, right?
Season 2's better.
Yeah, he said that season 2 is a lot better. So
season 1 is. I've been watching season 2, and it's palatable. I think like even as a show, season 1 was just not very good.
Yeah.
Season 2 is much better.
Yeah. But, I mean,
so that's where I fall on season 2.
It's like, we got Halo series, we got the finally getting the Borderlands movie, we got
oh my god, that looks like the main character is Kate Blanchett. She's like 55. That character's 17 in the first Borderlands. Yeah, it's like, to me, I'm like, that's super weird. Like,
that's wow. Yeah, well, it's like, did you see Tiny Tina as well? The voice actor for her. So the voice actor for Tiny Tina came out recently. It was like, I don't know if I like the person. This, like, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna wait until I see the movie. But she's like, that's not what I would say.
Oh, really?
Like, that sort of thing. I'm sitting there, and it's like, well, when you have the person that's been doing the voice for this long, and they're like, that's not what I would say. It's like, that's a little bit,
where it's got Jack Black and Kevin Hart. We're halfway to Jumanji.
Exactly, right? Rock's gonna show up in the next in Borderlands 2. But like, you got One Piece, you got Avatar. You've got all these different ones that are.
Did you watch Avatar? You watch that yet?
I have not. I haven't seen the anime either.
Oh, okay.
So I've heard mixed things. I will say it like that. From what I've seen visually, it looks stunning. It looks great. But
it's a good show.
I was gonna say it's the similar to what I was saying a minute ago with Halo. People that like Avatar, watch the TV show and love it, hate the live action. People that are just watching it.
I obsessed with the live action. I mean, show, like.
And you liked it?
I got that right behind me.
Boom.
The complete series. And I like the show.
Okay.
I liked the show. I watched the whole thing. I thought it was very good. I think it's they made it more adult. They made it less goofy.
Yeah.
But they captured the essence of the world.
Well, it's one of the ones that like Rob brought up at one point where it's like you can't just take the freaking show and make it live action.
Yeah.
You can't you can't just do it. Like you have to change stuff.
They did that with The Lion King and everyone hated it.
Yeah. Like you have to change stuff. I mean, that was also just because I think a lot of the live action Disney thing is just, we don't need it.
I really hate in Halo the human helping the Covenant.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's like the one. I think that's like the one thing I can't get past.
Well, yes, it's that.
And that Chief wants to fuck her. That's like the and like that. Okay, 3 things. Chief wants to have sex with the enemy.
Yep.
the human who works for the Covenant. I think that's two parts, and that he hates Cortana.
Yes, the last part is kind of because like even in I mean because I don't fully remember the games that much.
Yeah.
But even in the games, it felt like he was more like it wasn't like there was no hatred there. It was just kind of like a
No,
I
that's
have to like I have to deal with her, but like she's also like my best friend.
like that. Like they can't exist without each other.
Yes, you know, like she
So
is me.
those are the three things I can't really that I'm like I can't let go of. But otherwise, I'm liking this season so far. But I can't get past those things.
Yeah, no. It's gonna be interesting seeing, like I said, seeing this done. I think will be interesting to see because we also have had some massive franchise things that people have tried to do and they're not going so well. Haha, Rings of Power.
Which is funny because that's not even like the first soiree into Lord of the Rings.
No, it's not.
It
And
was the third,
well, and like
third one, third modern one.
The dude, the homie playing Sauron that they introduced, like he's Sauron in the first one.
The Hobbit, the one that came with the hobbits.
No, that was this was the dude that was like on the boat or in the ocean and was with Galadriel.
Oh, that's Sauron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they recast him.
How come?
Nah,
Okay.
because why not? Like so anyways.
So I brought up Dune originally.
Yes.
Because I once saw it with my buddy last night, and he's like, I really don't think Fallout it's not gonna be good. Because he's like, anytime they try stuff like they try to make things funny,
Yes.
it ruins it. But I'm like, but that's also part of the world. They're not like, if they make it funny, it's because like that's how the world is.
And I think it's a tough one these days to do that mix of the comedy. It's like it feels like a lot of times it feels forced or it's so subtle that only certain people like it. It's one or the other. It feels like these days. It doesn't feel like we're like rarely do we get that nice meld of the two. Right?
There were like 3 jokes in Dune.
I love it.
Subtle jokes. Yeah. Yeah. It's one that made me like really laugh. It's not like a very upfront joke.
When it's funny because like I've been it's like, oh, you hate these movies because they're funny. It's like, no, I'm fine with comedies. I'm fine with laughing my ass off and stuff. But it's like if I'm going into a movie expecting this, and then I'm getting punched in the face with jokes, I'm not gonna find them funny. If I go into the movie knowing that there's gonna be jokes, I'm gonna find those jokes funny.
I watched Ricky Stenicki this morning.
Oh boy.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's a new Zac Efron John Cena movie.
Oh god.
And I died laughing.
So what are your hopes?
My hopes for Fallout the TV show is that it is entertaining to someone who knows nothing about Fallout.
Yes.
Which is what I feel like The Last Airbender did. Because you could watch it.
Well, like that was the thing
and get the gist and see it all. And like Halo, I don't think does that well.
Yeah. Well, I guess the thing
at the end of the day, you still don't really know who like the Spartans are, and there's like that whole thing.
Yeah, they just kind of just like here. Also, the fact that it was on Paramount Plus kind of.
I've been watching this new show called Tracker on Paramount Plus. I think it's technically a CBS show. But it's already got picked up for a second season, and I'm loving it.
Love that. I was gonna say like with it being picked, like being able to just pick it up and watch it without knowing anything about it. That was Rob with One Piece. Rob didn't know One Piece was an anime.
Oh, for real?
He literally had no fucking clue. So when I told him
that, I checked out the show One Piece.
Yeah, no, because he said he started watching it and he really liked it. He thought it was funny.
I liked that anime. I thought they did a really good job.
So it's funny because it's like I was like I told him it was based off of an anime. He goes, "Oh, are they doing more of the live action? Because I'm not watching the anime." Like that sort of thing. I was like, hey. So I mean,
they're remaking the anime.
Yeah. So that would be nice if this is because like I said, I want to see it. I'm gonna at least check it out from the trailers and everything. But so that's that. What about the games? Is there anything on the horizon with Fallout, or has it just kind of been like?
I think,
or
has everything going on?
Has
with
it been a wasteland
right now? It's tough.
Oh,
because like Starfield,
big,
yeah,
that, yep.
And then 76 has not had a good life cycle.
Yes. I remember
I've
that.
played it a little bit the last couple months. I think it's in a really good spot right now. Um, I don't know where. I think if the show does really well, if it's received well, maybe
Okay.
will like lead to another like a Fallout 5. But like stuff has come out like New Vegas. Most people could, it's funny because when that New Vegas came out a lot, it was really not thought of fondly. People really did not like it.
Yeah.
But then you ask someone now, like people think New Vegas is the best one.
Interesting.
It's not even a Bethesda one. So, it came out recent, like in the last couple of months, that they offered to do another game.
Oh, interesting.
It was either after Fallout 4 came out or right before Fallout 4 came out. They offered to do like another interim game, and they were like, "No, we don't want you to." And so like they pitched the whole thing, and like people were like, "Dude, like you're shooting yourself in the foot."
Okay, so interesting. So just just randomly looking, I just typed in Fallout 5 because I was trying to figure out what because as soon as you start going like 76 New Vegas, then you start kind of drawing weird lines. 11 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 1 day ago, Fallout show writers had to drop storylines because Todd Howard said, "Don't do this because we're going to do this in Fallout 5."
Yeah, but fucking,
So
it could be like Starfield, where they're like, yeah, it's going to be, we're doing this in Fallout 5 in 10 years.
then it says, quick facts, Fallout 5 will not be released till the 2030s.
Yeah, like, it's
Never
crazy.
mind. Yeah, not even gonna.
Yeah. So, like, Bethesda's in such a bad spot.
2030s. Well, that we talked about it when they announced Starfield the first time. I was like, I don't give a fuck about Starfield. You were like, I'm intrigued by it, and like that sort of thing. I didn't even know what the fuck Starfield was.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone cares anymore. Modders like dropped off. They're not even modding it anymore.
Yeah.
And then like, who knows when we're gonna get Elder Scrolls?
True.
They announced 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Probably longer than that.
Jesus.
I think 2016 they announced it.
That's wild. Well, we can only hope then. We can only hope then that maybe this Magic set does great, the TV show does great, Fallout starts getting into the public more, gets to talk more, and then they're like, hey, you know what? We can't fucking wait until 2030s.
I hope the show does well.
Yes.
I hope people like it because it doesn't. You don't have to convince me to like Fallout.
Mm-hmm. It's trying to convince someone like me or Rob.
Yeah, or like or a dad who's watching
Fed your John.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you gotta like get a person who's not into gaming or like Rob. Exactly how you said, like who didn't know One Piece was an anime.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, I think that's the issue because I'm going to like it. I think.
Yeah. And maybe if you guys are lucky, we'll do a little review talky talk maybe on it.
Oh, we could do a first episode review.
Yeah, when it comes out. I mean.
Yeah. Oh, it does the
maybe,
whole.
Yeah. I was gonna say. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I'm intrigued. I mean, I was like I said, I was excited for this one to hear you talk about it. Now I'm more excited. I'm intrigued now. I want to see what the things are.
Okay.
But at home, are you guys excited? Did DeNutte mess up at all? Did both of us not know things? Let us know down in the comments. Right? Tell us all the different things.
You're like, DeNutte's an idiot.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't do that one. Just say he was wrong.
And he smells. Smells like fish.
Do you smell like fish?
Mm.
All right, fair.
I might.
But yeah, let us know down in the comments down below what you guys think. If you guys are excited for Fallout or not. I don't know what we're gonna.
Husky merch.
Yep, Husky merch is down in the description down below. I don't know what we're gonna do next week. As always, depending on where you are, more than happy to even nice. Stay trouble, stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.